everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Spiritual Superpowers. I'm Dawn, this is Karen, and I'm really excited about today's episode.
I really am too.
I'm so curious about this. We have Nadine Hampton of Violet Healing on the show with us today. And Nadine does this amazing artwork, but it's an intuitive energy reading. Painting.
And we've never really come across anyone else that does this. We've done, over 100 episodes, all on people with spiritual superpowers, and we've never come across anyone like yourself.
So welcome, Nadine.
Thank you.
And
it's good to be here.
Good. And you're all the way, are you out in Regina?
I'm outside of Regina. Yeah. So I live on a farm outside of Regina.
I love it out there. I do. Yeah.
It's beautiful out here.
So beautiful. Yeah.
So, have you always been intuitive? Like, did you have these experiences as a child that you can look back on and say that this might have led you to what you do now?
Because I know you've been doing it for 12 years, it says on your website, right? But
yeah, so I've done Reiki for the last 13 years now, actually. As a child, I was very artistic.
Okay.
And very empathic.
Okay.
So I didn't realize at the time, never really gotten into it until I had my daughter.
I hear that sometimes, that somehow having a child brings on these abilities. I've heard that many times before. So this is interesting.
So how old is your daughter?
She's 13. I actually ended up having postpartum depression with her and was trying a different avenue of healing. So thus came in Reiki and then intuitive healing, and it kind of just escalated. Then I've always actually really been into oracle cards. I have a mass collection of them, but never really used it lots to do like friends and family and stuff like that. So, escalated.
That's so cool.
Yeah, what we've seen is Reiki's sort of like the gateway.
That's right. Slot says, it's the gateway
into intuitive, all things intuitive, right? Mm-hmm. It kind of opens you up.
Yes.
Is that what you experienced?
Definitely. Yeah. It really, really is, I think, the gateway. And it's kind of that, I think, the easiest way to get more confidence, I think, really. It's building that energy up and realizing that there's really more to life than just what we experience every day.
So tell us how you got into the intuitive energy painting, because this is, we've seen lots of people that do Reiki. As we said, it's sort of a gateway into other things.
I actually do intuitive energy healing, and mostly that's what I do. I'm attuned to Reiki, but I don't quite follow the whole spec.
I think honestly, the soy way. Like I think that once you have it, then you express it the way that you're guided to, and I think that's the right way to do it.
Definitely, yeah. And then my sister gave me these watercolor pencil crayons, and I had asked someone who was just wanted one of those readings. I said, you mind if I paint it or color it, or because this is what I see, and it would be really cool if you could kind of see what I see. So that's kind of how it started. I never really painted before.
Oh, even though you were artistic.
I draw. I do a lot of drawing and stuff like that, but not a lot of painting. Both my daughters paint, but I I do not. I usually I'm a sketcher and I can draw, so I was I just felt called to just, I don't know, let it out a little bit more. So it turned out I was super happy with it. And then I was like, oh, this could just go bigger. I really like how I can express it a little bit better to my clients so that they can see a little bit more of what I'm seeing. So that gives us a little bit more connection. I kind of like that visual of this is a picture of you. So
yeah. And it's so good that that's how you came across it, because when you and I do readings, or if I'm doing healing work, you do get visuals. And then you try to explain what you're seeing, and it is hard. So I'd never thought about, not that I can draw, but it never dawned on me to do that. So it's cool that you were the one, like that. That's how you decided to get into it.
I haven't done one that's the same as another.
And so when someone comes to you for an intuitive painting,
so if they're actually coming to me, it's usually for healing work. So this is kind of more like we're doing. It's more like an online thing. I just kind of connect to that energy and then bring in all the messages and bring in all the colors. And so I usually intuitively pick the colors first. I do the painting first. Yeah. So the colors are kind of when I connect to your energy, it's like I connect to the colors. And a lot of times with the chakras, a lot of people go in order of the chakras, but I find that our chakra colors are sometimes balanced somewhere else in our body and not actually just always in those centers. So thus you'll see a different color somewhere else than just in where they're supposed to be.
It reminded me of the aura photos, right? When you can go and get a picture, like Karen has done several scans, and we have some videos on those.
Some very interesting scans of my aura.
You're touching. And then the one I had was an actual photograph.
Okay,
and like they certainly aren't as beautiful as our paintings, but it does show that sometimes like you've got like gray coming out here or green over here, and it's not necessarily, purple, indigo, blue, green, like all the way down. So it makes sense that you would be seeing that as well.
And I think that that's what we all have, is something different that makes what we all do so great, because we all do things so differently. So enveloping everybody's different passions and different things is just awesome. And I love to play in other people's energies as well, because it's just awesome to feel and kind of ride those out. So it's really cool.
So you do oracle card readings and healings, and it looks like on your website that you kind of just envelop all of it together.
I do. Yeah.
And then this is almost like an extra add-on. Is that correct?
Yeah, it was just kind of something. So before it used to just be like I would do an oracle card reading with a message and then kind of go through the energies, like, so it's almost like a distant Reiki, I guess, and kind of go through the energy centers and see where the blockages are and stuff like that. But that didn't quite give me what I wanted to present. So yeah, I kind of throw everything together and it just kind of makes a whole package. I find the painting itself, though, is something that you can actually take away. Like you have something now that, reminds you.
We're going to frame ours because they're just so beautiful. Yeah.
Hey.
We're going to have them up.
And I think we're like this too, that no reading, we don't have the same process for every reading that we do. It's what you're called to do, right? So no two readings are the same.
And you do the oracle. You also, in ours, you used crystals.
Yes.
You usually connect.
Yeah. They're more like confirmations than anything else. So it's kind of like I do the whole intuitive thing, that I do the reading, and then I pull the oracle cards and crystals and then kind of put it all together, because then it kind of gives me that confirmation of, okay, yes, I've got it all right. Because sometimes when you're in it, you're like, oh, is this me?
We all do it. We're like, am I making this up?
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's kind of, so those are my confirmations. They're just kind of little.
But it is kind of neat to look back after you've almost assembled this masterpiece and go, wow, when it does come together, you go, oh, there's confirmation, there's distinct messages, and it was kind of crazy how bang on you were.
Oh yeah. I'm actually curious. Karen had a great question. Now I'm dying to know what the answer is. What is the wildest painting you've ever painted of someone? The one on your website is a little freaky.
Well, and it's not, though, I had another one actually. And when I was getting ready to mail it, my daughter had seen it and she went, "That looks like an alien, Mom. You're not going to send that to them." And I was like, yes, I am.
Well, maybe they're starseed or mantis or something like that. Right?
Well, or sometimes I had one person where they were like, "I just didn't understand what was going on." And there was like a lot of fire in it. Like the picture had a lot of fire. And they're like, "No, I'm not an angry person." But after talking, we realized that she was very angry with things. So I was like, "Oh, it all makes sense. Okay." So then you kind of get to talk through it with people. And then it's almost becomes a counseling session.
Yeah.
All the ones that I had done, actually up to the point of Karen's, all were kind of human in form. And I couldn't do that with yours because I was like, this just isn't, I had this whole totem pole thing and it wouldn't go away. So it's like, okay, but I'm just kind of guided to whatever shows up, and I'm starting to really, really understand and listen to that. So that's taken the longest time, is to actually just let go and go, okay, you can take over and I'll just do what you tell me to do.
So I have a question for you. So do you ever follow up with the people that you do readings for to kind of understand how their energy, how they verbalize their energy and how it matches the painting that you've done?
So I either do just this or I do this with a follow-up. I love the follow-ups because it gives me that confirmation of,
there's the option to have a follow-up Zoom call, right?
yes, I like to do the painting without the person because then I don't get muddled with anything else other than just their energy. And then bring in the phone call is then after, because then I can confirm that.
And I think we see that a lot. The less you know about someone, the easier it is to tune in. And, you know, it's not your thinking brain that knows a little bit about them interfering with your intuitive brain. So, yeah.
For sure. Yes. I actually had that with you guys because I had watched Cheryl's episode with you guys, and that's when I had started following you guys.
Do you know Cheryl?
Kind of, we've met a few times, so she's like a super awesome lady.
Oh my God, she is
super awesome.
Shout out to Cheryl. We reached out to you, and all you needed
through Marilyn Penny, though,
through
right?
Marilyn Penny. So hi, Marilyn, too. Yeah, I saw that she had posted a picture on Instagram. Yeah, I was curious. And then that's when we reached out, and all you needed was like our legal name and our birth date, right? You didn't need a picture. You didn't need to talk to us. That's all you went off.
That's, yeah. And really the birthday is so that you have the right person.
Oh,
yes.
So.
Okay, right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, and then
yeah, because there could be another Don Rockoff.
Yeah.
Or Don
Benson.
Sorry.
I know. It was because I just changed my name. So it was like the first time you're like, I want your legal name. And I'm like, oh, it's Dawn Benson now.
Yeah.
So that was kind of fun because it just legal.
Well, and I actually thought that because everything came differently, and I was like, I really hope this is her actual legal name. And so yeah.
Yes. Yeah, and then a couple of days later, we get this email, which I actually thought I was going to get just like a picture, like a drawing, but you give us a report too, like I was not expecting that.
Well, I'm also a writer. Like I write, so I write intuitively, usually every day. So my messages come more fluently when I'm writing. So I love to write everything out. And again, I always have that piece of paper that always says, oh, look, and you can look back on it. You have something that you can look back on and go, I remember this, or oh, I should look back at that, or
Or
so, yeah.
even for yourself, maybe you're like me, but when I do readings, I can't remember, because you're sort of in the meditative state and you're writing everything, and I don't remember half of what I've written, right? So it's probably a good record for you too.
Yes, see, and I don't remember a lot of what I write, but I do remember a lot of what I feel.
Mm.
So the feeling seems to kind of stay, and I've tried doing a whole bunch of different ways of like cord cutting and different things like that, because I wonder why I can often still feel things, but remember what I wrote, I have no idea.
Well, it's
common.
very common. Yeah. So it's good. It's good that you wrote it down, and I love what you wrote. Let's start with Karen's.
Yeah. So let's get into them.
Yeah.
Because you'll find it very, very interesting. Mm-hmm. So I'll show my painting.
Okay.
So as Nadine said, it's a totem pole. Totem pole starts with a wolf at the bottom, then a horse, then a bear, and then the eagle at the top. And what I should let you know, I'm an animal communicator. That's my spiritual superpower.
On animals?
I'm an animal. So I psychically communicate with animals. And I also am an animal medium. So I also connect with animals on the other side.
Get out of here.
Yes.
Oh, that is so cool.
Hands down, you nailed it.
So that being said, how can people get in touch with you?
Mm-hmm.
On my website, so violethealing.ca, and on Instagram, violet_healing. That's where I do most of everything, is on Instagram. So take care of yourselves, both of you. And you're so loved, both of you.
Oh, thank you. And you keep up the great work. And thank you again for taking this time with us.
So for our viewers, if you like this video, make sure you give us the thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already done so.
Mm-hmm. And hit that notification bell so you don't miss an episode. And we just thank you for spending this time with us and hope that you learned something. Remember to visit violethealing.ca and get yourself your own intuitive energy painting with Nadine. So thank you, Nadine. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
We'll see you all again soon.
Okay. Bye-bye, everyone.